Hello, my name is Marie and it is Christmas Booktube-a-thon day 1. I haven't done a TBR for Christmas Booktube-a-thon for 2 reasons. Reason number 1, for the first day of the readathon, i.e. today, I am still in my university halls. However, at 4 o'clock tomorrow morning, I fly home. And because of the airline that I'm flying with, I'm only allowed 1 rucksack that I take on the plane with me, no luggage in the hold, so I couldn't bring any books back with me. Therefore, I couldn't decide what I was going to read here and take it home. So I was just like, I'll wing it and try read a book today, which I did, and try read some other books when I get home. Reason number 2 is, unlike most universities in the United Kingdom, my university decided to give us our exams before Christmas, whereas most people have them after Christmas. And because of this, I only finished my exams, 2 days ago. And because I was doing a lot of reading for school, I didn't think I'd want to do reading for fun, or at least not do it like high pressurely, like reading as much as I can quickly, because I haven't read a book for fun in almost like a month and a half. So I was like, I'm probably not going to be able to do it. But I was sitting in my room earlier with nothing to do. I was just like, I'm going to pick up a book. And then I continued to read that book until I finished it. So I was like, good start for the Booktube-a-thon, I might as well continue. So I did. Anyway, for day 1 I have read 1 book and 25-ish pages of another book, which I think is pretty good. So I will show you those books now. The first book I read and completed was For, a Divergent Collection by Veronica Roth. I really love this book. Actually, I mean, it wasn't my favourite book, but it was a really good book. It was a really good addition to the Divergent trilogy. To be honest, I didn't think I'd overly enjoy this book, because when I read Allegiant, which is from both Tris and Tobias's point of view, it kept the switching in the narration confused me, and I found Tobias really annoying, and I didn't like reading from his point of view. However, it worked in this book. I really quite liked it. This book follows Tobias from his days in Abnegation up until and after when Tris arrives in Dauntless. This book has 5 main parts. The first story is called The Transfer, and it tells the story of Tobias choosing Dauntless, and in it you get to see a bit of Tobias's and Marcus's relationship, and you get introduced to Tobias in a different way. The second section is called The Inner Date. It follows Tobias as he is going through initiation for Dauntless. In the third section, The Sun, I don't think I can tell you what happens because it will spoil it, but it is after Tobias is an established Dauntless member. The fourth section is The Traitor, and this is when you first see Tris through Tobias's eyes, and it's really sweet and kind of weird to see it from reverse. The fifth section is just like a collection of random snippets from Tobias's point of view. They're all to do with Tris. The fifth bit annoyed me slightly because I felt like those snippets would do better if they were in the fourth section, The Traitor, and just put in the right chronological order within it. However, it was still good to read and it was still interesting. It's a really good book, and I gave it 4 stars, and if you're a fan of the Divergent trilogy, I recommend that you check this out. The second book, which I started but am yet to complete, is Have a Little Faith by Candy Harper. I am enjoying this book so far. It is about an English girl who's 14 and who is at school. She's a bit of a handful, I'd say. She's an interesting character. She's funny and witty and slightly insane, but what 14-year-old girl isn't? I'm really enjoying this book for 2 reasons. The first one being, it's really quite funny. It's very wittingly wrote, and I think it captures the voice of a 14-year-old girl really quite well. The second reason is because it's set in the UK. Don't get me wrong, I like books set in America, and a lot of the books that I read are ones that are set in America. However, it is nice to read something from my country where I can understand the random references to breakfast cereals, or just understand what year the girl is in. For example, in this book it says that the main protagonist is in year 10, which makes sense to me. However, when it comes to American books, they say like 10th grade. I'm like, I don't know how old people are in 10th grade because the schooling systems are different. I think America starts school a year, possibly, after we do in the UK. I'm not entirely sure. Anyway, it's a good book. I'm on page 53 of this book, and it's really good so far. It's kind of set out like a diary. It's got like the months as the chapters, and then inside it it's got like October 5th and October 6th. It's set out really interestingly, and I think it's really good, and hopefully I finish it before I leave, so don't think I can take it on the plane with me. I'm not sure what my reading is going to be like tomorrow because I have to leave here at 4 AM, and I'll be at the airport for 2 hours, and I've got an hour-and-a-half flight, and I've got a connection for 45 minutes, and then I've got another hour-and-a-half flight, and then when I get there I've got a 2-hour car ride to get home. And since I'm probably not going to get much sleep, but I'll probably be passed out by the time I get home, so I don't know what I'm going to do about reading. I'm going to try and read on the plane. I'm taking my iPad with me, so I was going to try and read, I know, a classic like Pride and Prejudice or something. I'm not sure yet, but I will keep you posted. I hope that if you're partaking in Christmas Booktube-a-thon, it is going well. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video anyway, and I will see you next time. Bye!